Hey friends, welcome to 99.9% vendor wax empties. I have one Scentsy sample to share with you, but that's all I have for Scentsy this week, and the rest is vendor wax. Don't have a lot this week for wax that I used up. A few of the items were a little bit bigger, and then I'm filming this a little bit early because I'm going out of town for a few days, and so I kind of wanted to clear everything out. That way I can start fresh when I come back, but also I don't want to forget what I thought about these scents. And when I leave and go out of town, or if I'm away for a few days, and it puts the distance between when I've melted something versus when I filmed the video, sometimes I don't always remember everything about them. So I have Sassy Girl Aroma, Lavender and Speckles, and Teddy Bees as far as vendors. And then the one Scentsy sample that I did, I melted this in my bathroom warmer. I melted a lemon sorbet. I wanted something just bright and fresh in there. The bathroom is hard to scent for me. Both of my bathrooms upstairs have tile, like 75% of the way up the bathroom. And that I feel like just sucks a lot of the scent into it. So it's hard to get things to throw. So I picked this one because I wanted something strong in there. Sample probably had like a medium performance in my bathroom. It was nice. I'm not a big fan of Scentsy's lemon, to be honest, because I feel like it leans a little bit sharp, a little bit bathroom cleaner. So not a bar that I would purchase, but it was a good sample size. That's it for Scentsy. Short and sweet this week. For Sassy Girl Aroma, I went through 2 brittle. So I think this is a reason why I don't have as much stuff this week, because these take me a little bit to go through because they're a good size. They're almost 7 ounces each. Interesting. So this new label says it's 6.3 ounces, and then my older brittle is 6.8 ounces. In any case, I went through a autumn petrichor. This one says wet soil, mineral laden earth, musky decaying leaves, metallic rain, and damp bark. Totally my type of scent. This was a great performer. I left this in for 2 days. This was so interesting. You definitely have to like the earthy, atmospheric, conceptual type scents. It was a very wet, concrete, decaying leaves type of scent. What was interesting about this is that metallic note. I really get that metallic note, and I guess it added to it being very conceptual and earthy, but that was a note I could have done without. Not a scent that I would get again. There's other earthy atmospheric scents from Sassy Girl, from other vendors that I like better, but this was very interesting. And if you like petrichor types of fragrances, you might like autumn petrichor. And then I melted one of my staple favorites from Sassy Girl Aroma. I love this scent so much, Amityville. This is one of those never want to be without scents for me. I love it so much. This is burnt sugar, whipped cream, sticky sweet cocoa vanilla, fresh from the oven bakery, and a subtle hint of smoky firewood. Very similar to Heading to Camp if you've had that one, but this one I think has the smoky firewood and maybe some like cookie note that Heading to Camp doesn't. If you like burnt sugar, which I love, it's one of my favorite notes in wax, then you get the cookies, you get a little bit of fire, like a roasty toastiness, but it's not overly smoky by any means. I think it just adds to the coziness of this blend. The name screams very October fall to me, but this is an all year round bakery leaning fragrance. Burnt sugar to me lends itself to be more of a summer bakery because there's not heavy caramel, there's not heavy spices to it. So I feel like you could use this type of scent. If you're a seasonal melter, which I am, I know a lot of you are mood melters, but if you're a seasonal melter, I feel like this scent would go at any point during the year. That's it for Sassy Girl. From Lavender and Speckles, I went through a Clam in Boozy Fall Baccarat. So I just got this in my last haul from Lavender and Speckles. This is Baccarat, Pumpkin Caramel Crunch, and Vanilla Bourbon. I was intrigued by this one, but I wasn't really sure how the Baccarat and then the Pumpkin Caramel would go together. I'm melting this in my bedroom today. It's not my favorite. It's not a bad scent, but I don't feel like these notes are blending together in a way that I would want them to. Baccarat is very perfumey, and then the vanilla bourbon that leans a little bit more kind of musky cologne, masculine, and then you're throwing in a really heavy bakery. The scents aren't meshing together like I would want them to. Now, if this was just the Baccarat and the vanilla bourbon, I think I would really enjoy this, but not a scent for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad scent. I'm not grossed out by it. I'm going into my bedroom and it smells pleasant, but it's just not a scent that I'm really enjoying and not one that I would get again. I don't know. Those notes just don't go together in my head. Then I finished off from the Pine Cone Sampler, Palo Peppermint Pine Cones. I love this one. Such a powerhouse fragrance. This one is Palo Peppermint and Roasted Pine Cones. What I like about this one is I feel like you get all of those notes. It's a nice balance of all three of them. Sometimes peppermint can really overtake a scent, but I feel like, you get the peppermint in here for sure, but it's not overpowering the Palo or the Roasted Pine Cone. I get those other notes, which I really enjoy. And this one is strong, a very good performer. I don't know if I have any more of this, but definitely would be a scent that I would pick up again in the future. I have a lot of Lavender and Speckles. A lot. I've got Scentsy and Teddy Bees are definitely my two largest vendors, parts of my collection, and then Lavender and Speckles is third. I've got quite a bit of it. I love her wax and I love her as a person, as a vendor, so it's easy to buy her stuff. Then from the Campfire Marshmallow Sampler that Summer did, I melted Midnight Ash. So this one is Campfire Marshmallow, Smoked Vanilla, Cashmere Cedar, Dark Plums, and Palo. I enjoyed this one, but it wasn't my favorite, and I say that because I think it was the Cashmere Cedar and the Plums. I don't know if it's this oil or not, but there's an oil or there's a scent that's like cashmere plums, and that oil or that fragrance pulls very BO to me. I don't know what about it pulls BO, but there's just some undertone that just doesn't sit right with me, and I kind of got that on Warm with this one. I'm assuming it's just the mix of the plum and cashmere cedar that kind of pulled that to me. Still a pretty scent, still enjoyed it, but probably not one that I would get again. But I'm just not a huge plum person. I like plums here and there and in certain blends, but like cashmere and plum together normally just gives me that kind of BO scent. So probably not one that I would get again, but glad to have tried it and melted it. And then I have 3 6-count bags. I'm so happy that she brought these back to the last couple pre-orders because this format is by far my favorite format. And all 3 of these were so, so good. So I have a Beach Marshmallow and Palo Santo. So Beach Marshmallow is her beach nights and then mixed with Palo. Melted this in this wax room and my bedroom. It was so good. Her Palo is my favorite Palo out of anybody. I think she does Palo and Pine Cone the best. And then you get the beautiful creamy vanilla kind of salty beach nights. Gorgeous. Want just a really creamy vanilla heavy Palo, you would really enjoy that one. Then Wicked Vanilla Woods. This I think is the Bath & Body Works type. This has notes of vanilla, glowing amber woods, and enchanted pink pepper. This was so pretty. So again, split this between the bedrooms and bathrooms, same with this next one here. At first, I wasn't really getting too much throw from it, and so I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to smell more than I was smelling, and then all of a sudden, I could smell it. Was it a powerhouse? No, but this was a strong medium. It was a solid medium performer, and this lasted for 2 days. Just consistent medium performer for 48 hours. It was so nice. Amber, a little bit of pepper, but a lot of sweet vanilla. It's very perfumey and body care. If it's the Bath & Body Works type, this comes in body care. Very pretty, sweet, a little bit amber, heavy vanilla. And again, just the consistency for how long this went before I changed it. So good. I would definitely get that again. And then lastly, one of my favorites, I believe this was a scent that we did for the Barbershop sampler. This is Barbershop and Vanilla French Bourbon. Two of my favorite scents from her ever. So this is Basil Leaf, Bergamot, and Woodsy Spice blended with smooth vanilla, sweet amber musk, and French bourbon. You know how much I love her bourbon and how much I love her Barbershop, so I won't go into too many details on that with this one. And obviously I'm biased because this is my blend combination. But my God, this is so good. This is so beautiful. If you love Barbershop masculine cologne, clean, fresh scents, you're going to love this one. Again, put this in my wax room and my bedroom. I had company come over this day and thought this would be a good bedroom melt. Oh, this is to die for. Love that so much. And then lastly, I have Teddy B. So I've got 1 tub and 4 soufflés. So I've been working through the chopped soufflés that I had. If you watched my update on my fall melting basket, I talked a lot about my goals for what fall wax I have left in that basket. I have more fall wax than that, but what was left in that basket that was chopped from Teddy Bees and Second and Spruce was my priority. I did not want to put those back into my collection chopped. So I've really been focusing on my soufflés, and I think I only have 1 more soufflé that's chopped, so that's amazing. So I definitely will finish those, so I'm proud of that. But then I'm like, okay, I can start moving into my tubs. So today, throughout pretty much the whole house, other than my bedroom's got the boozy fall baccarat, but this room and then the rest of the house has cider cookies. This one is apples, cake donut, cinnamon, caramel, and sugar cookies. I've had this one before. I love it. It sounds pretty simple, but it's beautiful apple cider and like a cinnamon sugar donut. It makes me think of if you go apple picking or go to pumpkin patches in the fall, they have the apple cider cake donuts. That's what this type of scent is. Perfect for early fall, September, early October. Highly, highly recommend cider cookies. My house smells so good right now. Don't have any more of that, but that's definitely one that I would get again. And then, like I said, I've got 4 soufflés. So first, let's start with the dud a little bit. And it might not be a dud. It could have been me this day too, because I had a lot going on. So soufflé of Fireside S'mores. So this one has notes of toasted marshmallow, warm graham cracker, whipped vanilla, and fireside. On cold, I got a lot of like the graham cracker and a little bit of the smoky fireside. Not always the biggest graham cracker fan, but yesterday I had some friends come over for dinner, and then we went and did a ghost tour down close to near my house. So all day I was running around, I was cleaning, I was cooking. I made white chicken chili in the crock pot, which turned out pretty good. So I had a lot of just scents and stuff going on. So the white chicken chili in the crock pot probably just drowned this scent out. So I don't want to say that this didn't perform, because it very well could have been just me that day. There was a lot going on. I was in and out. I was cooking. I had cornbread baking. So can't really say probably too much about this one, but it's not one on cold that I was loving anyway. So it's not one that I would get again. Then I melted I Smell Fall. Did this one in my open concept as well. I think all of these I did. Yeah, all of these I did in my open concept. This one is just classic fall. This is Cider Lane, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, and Marshmallow Fireside. It's good. It's pretty. It is just a classic fall fragrance. It performed well. I felt like it was very Cider Lane heavy. Not one that I'm going to get again, though, and not that it's a bad scent. If you love these types of scents, by all means, please get this one. But Teddy Bees makes so many amazing fall fragrances that one just doesn't stand out to me versus the other, the Whipstuff Manor, the Cider Lodges, you know, just all of those other great fall scents that she has. Very pretty. I enjoyed that one a lot. Great performer, but probably not one that I would get again. Cinnamon Pretzel Cookie Cake. This is one of Steph's favorite scents ever, and I had never tried it, so I'm excited I finally got to try it and melt it and see why she loves this one. This is soft pretzels covered in cinnamon and sugar, white cake, sugar cookies, and bakery dough. This one was very pretzel heavy, very yeasty pretzel. It had a lot of sweetness to it. I got a lot of that like bakery dough. This almost made me feel like it was pretzel dough with like a lot of caramel or something. It was a very heavy pretzel bakery. I enjoyed this one. It was a good performer. Can't say I loved it, but I have another souffle of it, and I'm glad I have a second souffle, so I will enjoy this on a day where I want just like a warm, cozy, rich bakery. And then last but not least, oh gosh, this was so good. I've had this one before, but it's been quite a while since I melted it. Old Country Store. I have a tub of this that she just offered in maybe the last pre-order, not the one she's currently making, but maybe it was the one before that. I'm so glad I picked up more of this because what a beautiful fragrance this is. Sweet peach preserves, hot apple pie, warm cinnamon, and a slight hint of pine. To me, like Old Country Store is the perfect name for it. It makes me feel like I'm walking into a Cracker Barrel or like a Michael's during the holidays. It has a very warm apple pie fragrance, but then also like potpourri spice holiday craft store. It's like holiday craft store meets apple pie to me. I really don't get a whole lot of pine or peach. To me, it's apple, it's the cinnamon, it's the spice, it's the potpourri type of craft store fragrance. This was so good. This was so beautiful and cozy and a fantastic performer. This was a banger. So if you're looking for a really strong scent, I know people always are looking for the Teddy Bees bangers. This one was amazing. So glad I have a tub of that one. But that is it. Short and sweet for the empties this week, but I'm glad to have all of this cleared out before I leave on a trip. I'm going to try to vlog my trip. We'll see. I always go into vacations with good intentions, and I vlog most of them, but some of them I don't. It just depends on who I'm with, what's going on and stuff. So I'm going to try to vlog that. But I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my vendor empties. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.